Well, I'd like to say, well, hello there. It's Friday yet again. Yes, it's Friday, and it's in Gay Detroit Radio. Yes, the wonderful Mecca of Michigan. Well, what have we got to talk about tonight? Yes, we've got about the Bachelorette. Some sort of skullduggery. Do we have Brokeback at the Bachelorette? Who knows? Breaking news in North Carolina passes the anti-gay religious freedom bill, and this is for magistrates. North Carolina. And apparently Hobby Lobby is tied to the creepy Christian counseling center that treated Josh Duggar. Well, look how that went. And then back to North Carolina. Then the governor is to veto the North Carolina Religious Objections Bill for same-sex marriage. What is going on? Is it on? Is it off? Oh, my God. Sounds like a virgin's wedding. What can I say? Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to James D. And I'm the host of Gay Detroit Radio here at www.radio-op.com every Friday at 9 p.m. So we've got lots to talk about, and we've also got the interview from Julia Music, who actually is one of the organizers of Ferndale Pride in Michigan. Yay! Also, she was on Fox 2 News as well. Oh my God, Fox 2 News did something about Pride. Wow. They have a sneeze and a fart, and they'll talk about anything else but gays. But this year, Julia, she did it. Yes, the wonderful, good old Julia Music. And she's on a little later, and that's called Ferndale Pride. So let's have some music. I'm James D., and you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio. And it's called Don't Close Your Eyes. I know you loved him from a long time ago. Even now in my arms, you still want him, I know. But darling, this time, let your memories die when you love me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's him. It's some fantasy. Darling, just once, let yesterday go. You'll find
Maybe I've been a fool, holding on all this time, lying here in your arms, knowing he's in your mind. But I keep hoping someday that you'll see the light. Let it be me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's him, it's something. Just once, let yesterday go. You'll find more love than you'll ever know. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight, and don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's him in some fantasy. Darling, just once, let yesterday go. You'll find more love than you'll ever know. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight, and don't close your eyes. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight, and don't close your eyes.
Yes, welcome back to Gay Detroit Radio. It's Friday night at 9 p.m. and this is your Don't Close Your Eyes section, because it's a silly section. In fact, it's not so silly, it's rather stupid, but I like it. Now, The Bachelorette teases gay relationship between male contestants in a new promo. Did two male Bachelorette contestants find love in a true hopeless place? While we certainly wouldn't want to object to a Bachelorette going brokeback. I didn't even like the movie. I mean, if I wanted to watch a movie about trees, sheep, grass and horses, I'd go in my backyard. But we had this long, drawn-out, winded movie called Brokeback Mountain. I mean, Heath Ledger and oh good God, Jake Gyllenhaal, they were absolutely excellent. And the acting was superb, but to me it was like watching paint dry. And apparently watching The Bachelorette is producing the same effect, because the two guys are sort of giving the girl the Big E, which is the big elbow. Now, what is happening in North Carolina? Now, first of all, they did pass the anti-gay religious bill. A couple of days ago, the North Carolina House passed the SB2, a law that will allow magistrates citing their deeply held religious beliefs to choose not to marry same-sex couples. In order to appear non-discriminatory, the magistrate must promise not to marry any couples, gay or straight, for at least 6 months. But even during a debate, the lawmakers were openly explaining that the legislation was to protect them from marrying same-sex couples. That alone will allow a court to strike it down as unconstitutional if challenged. Well, apparently it's going to be challenged, but I'll get into that later. Now, you do not need a magistrate to marry you. You do not need a clerk to marry you. You do not need a religious cleric to marry you. There are many, many ordained ministers out there who can marry you. And believe it or not, they've done it online. So for the price of like a couple of, a meal like for two, like just over $55 to $60, you become an online ordained minister, and in many states you do not. And I repeat this, you do not need a license. I think there's about 3 or 4 states that you need a license. I don't know if Florida's one, but I know California's one. But in the state of Michigan, all you have to do is basically call up the register office and saying, this is you, this is your ministry number, and you're going to marry them. So really, there are so many more options. You do not need anybody who's going to hate your joy, your enjoyment, your wonder. I mean, this is just, it's not going to happen. Simple as that. So what we're going to do is we're going to let you know in future where to go and where not to go, because eventually it is going to happen. Legal marriage is going to happen in, or should I say legal same-sex marriage is going to happen in the state of Michigan, despite shitty Schneider and shitty fucking Shooty. I mean, we are fed up with these old dinosaurs telling us what we can and what we cannot do with the loves of our lives. Now, Hobby Lobby, this is just, they were the ones who actually brought the religious, went to SCOTUS and said, the Religious Freedom Act. This is where it originally comes from. And SCOTUS decided to let it go. Well, Hobby Lobby now have just found out that it's now coming up to bite them back on the ass, because now they cannot control who they give birth control pills to, and what insurances they can give to people, and who they can fire because they don't follow the Christian way. Oh my God, the Christian way. So, it's now where the Satanists coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, no, 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 no. You cannot ban this. You cannot ban this at all. This is my religious freedom. I believe in this. This is my religion. So they're having to sanction that too. And there's also one guy, I can't remember which state it was, but it was up for really recent cannabis, marijuana law. And he actually opened up a non-for-profit organization to make it the Church of Mary Jane or something, or the Church of Marijuana. And the state could not stop it because it was part of, he said, his religion. So there you go. And then, of course, there's back to the medical part, the medical marijuana. And I remember, years ago, I was on Radio Gay Today in New York. And I remember years ago, one guy turning around and he says, I got so sick because I had to smoke so much of it just to make me sick. Because this was then when the government was paying like a Canada firm, a Canada corporation, who was manufacturing this medical marijuana, but it was synthetic. And it was costing the government something like $25 million a year. I mean, come on. I mean, this is really, I don't do it, mainly because I've stopped smoking completely. I mean, I stopped smoking 5 years ago. I'm a musician. There's not many things I haven't done. Yes, I have inhaled. From most orifices. But I'm now gonna, this is where I actually claim the fifth now. Yes. I'm like most politicians now. I did not inhale. I put it in my mouth, but I did not swallow. Inhale. Okay. Okay, back to North Carolina. Now, apparently the governor is now to veto the religious objection bill on same-sex marriage, which is for the magistrates. So his decision was announced hours after lawmakers gave their final approval to the measure. And this puts him at odds with the social conservatives in his Republican Party. I don't understand why the Republicans are so obsessed with people having anal sex, having phallic objects in their mouths, I mean, look at Rush Limbaugh. I mean, he's got this great big phallic object in his mouth all the time, and he complains that I'm gay. I mean, come on. And by the way, he's losing so many sponsors. The Duggar family is losing many sponsors. Let's have some music because I'm now babbling and talking too much. And then, oh, this is it as well. Brad Pitt is reportedly bisexual. Oh, I sincerely hope so. I mean, if his wife can get away with it, why can't he? I mean, come on. This is like the millennia. I'm James D, and you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio. Let's have some music. I'll be right back. Yes, that's all for our gay metal fans out there. And that's Sunday Hats. And let's play Doctor. Well, I guess we're playing a lot of Doctor in this section because this actually is sort of humorous. We're going to see what's happening, But actually, this is like the good news section. So apparently now, advertising in the U.S. and the U.S. gay media has now hit an all-time high. A report estimates that over $400 million in ad revenue was placed over with 100 LGBT media titles across the USA in 2014. An annual report on the advertising spending in the US, LGBT Press has concluded that the ad revenue for 2014 increased by 6.4%. From $381.4 million to in 213, into an all-time high of 405.7 million. That's actually 36.363 million in euros. That's in 2014. You see, now even advertising and knowing that equality is coming. I mean, you've now, all you conservative rights Christians and GOPs who are, they're claiming victimization because they're now speaking for their religious rights. Well, I'm going to have to tell you something. I'm going to bring something up in my next section about there's a man who's actually now coming to the laws. I'll tell you more about it later, but you can make sure that homosexuality is taken out of the Bible, because homosexuality was actually added to the Bible in the 1940s, and that was political reasons, not for religious reasons. Anybody remember McCarthy? Hello? What can I say? Dresses, keeping quiet, communism. So all of that good stuff coming up soon, and the gay cake row. Now, this is like talking about taking your ball home.
When you opened up the window, it's the first thing you do.
Oh, do you know, I hate this. I hate this when they do that. Okay, it's like in the website, they just put these commercials in it. Anyway, 3 days after the verdict, the Telegraph actually the Ashes Bakers Company say that they will now limit their range of celebration cakes to birthdays and babies because they lost the dispute and their lawsuit against baking gay wedding cakes. They lost. Simple as that. It was found unconstitutional. This was in Ireland, just before Ireland then granted, same-sex marriages for everyone. So that's like one of the other countries that is before America. Hello. And so now they've decided that because they've lost the case, they're going to appeal the case, obviously. And I wonder if there's a GoFundMe in Belfast as well. Do you know all the money that is wasted in Indiana, which I'll get to later? I can't even tell you how much. It's like hundreds of, oh God, ridiculous, but I'll get to that later. I think it's 100 and something million Indiana alone spent to try and stop gay same-sex marriages. Can you imagine all that money? And last year, it's apparently rumored that the religious organizations spent over $300 million to stop same-sex marriages. This is religious organizations interfering in politics. Now, I heard somewhere that there was something called the separation of church and state. So if you're going to start preaching and want to interfere in politics, then I think you should start paying taxes. Did I just say that? Yes. So anyway, it's decided now, this bakery, that because they lost the case for discrimination and they lost the lawsuit, they're now going to just bake baby cakes and birthday cakes. So I wonder if gays have birthdays. Will that go against their, their discrimination things? And how about gay parents of gay babies? Ooh, wait a minute. Are they going to stop baking cakes for pedophiles as well? Oh, maybe we should ask Ted Cruz and Pricky Santorum. And let's see, who else was there? Rubio and everybody who had a picture with, what's it? Oh, Fuckerby. Yes, Mike Fuckerby. Oh, Fuckerby, yeah. He's the one who actually had charges dropped against his son, who actually tortured and murdered a dog and hung it from a tree. But Fuckerby got that squashed because of who he is. It's like... it's like he actually came out and says, wait a minute, if this was in the Bible, they'd have been married already. Well, do you know what? If this was in the Bible, your girl would have been sold for slavery to a man, where she would have been traded for land some animals, and probably a plucked chicken. Then her virginity would be the contract. And then this was before women were allowed to vote, so they were sex slaves to these pigs. This was what was happening in the Bible, Mr. Mike Fuckaby. I'm telling you this as well. 5 times soliciting and raping children. Molesting and raping children is not a mistake. Rape is never a mistake. You piece of shit. Moving on. Now here's something. You're going to love this one. Now, do you have a fetish for goggles? Yes, goggles. Swimming goggles. Grinding goggles. Sun goggles. Well, apparently, it's your lucky day, because that might just end up being the only option if the regulations in California are enforced. Yes, gay porn actors could be forced to wear protective eyewear during the shots as part of an attempt to keep safe sex and keep from getting sexually transmitted disease. Well, I can see the point in that, actually, because, you do need goggles for drilling. Oh my God, I'm going to burn like tissue. Oh dear, yes. Oh Jesus, no, I just got a visual there. I'm welding. Give me some dark ones. Oh God, I'm definitely going to burn like tissue. Anyway, talking about Indiana, the gay marriage challenges have cost Indiana $1.4 million in attorney fees. $1.4 million to stop 2 people getting married and marrying the ones that they love. Totally disgusting. I'm so over these people. What is wrong with you people? I'm just so over you. It's just ridiculous. Okay, after this, we're going to have the interview with Julia Music and the Ferndale Pride. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have some music. We're going to have a little bit of music from Spain, and they're called Ebony Voice. They sent this over. This is actual Spanish music from España. Por favor. So, it's called Pidiendo Más. I'm James Dean. You're listening to Gay Detroit Radio.
Ella me encanta. Tu carita pidiendo más. Ebony Voice con señor Coquis. Pa' todas las Johnny que andan sin yo. Tú sabes cómo que me pongo yo. Pasamos la noche entera peleando. aún más, tu carita pidiendo más, me tiene loco, tu carita pidiendo más, aún más, tu carita pidiendo más, me tiene loco, tu carita pidiendo más, aún más, tu carita pidiendo más, me tiene loco, tu carita pidiendo más, aún más, tu carita pidiendo más, me tiene loco, yo quiero hacerte el amor. Pasamos la noche entera peleando, que se hace el amor, se hace el amor, contigo. Yo quiero, nena, pasar la noche entera bailando a tu manera, y que sigas pidiendo más. Yo quiero, nena, pasar la noche entera bailando a tu manera, Ebony Boy. Tu carita pidiendo más, aún más, tu carita pidiendo más, me tiene loco. Tu carita pidiendo más, aún más, tu carita pidiendo más, me tiene loco. Yo quiero hacerte el amor. Pasamos la noche entera peleando, que se hace el amor, se hace el amor, contigo. Qué bien lo hacías.
Yes, and welcome back to Gay Detroit Radio. We have the welcome return of Julia Music. As you know, she is one of the organizers of Ferndale Pride. And we had a very interesting conversation last time. And she's going to fill us in a little more about what's happening. And I do believe it's all starting very soon because we're coming up to June. And that's Pride Month.
Yeah, and we actually are going to start Pride here. We are Gay in May, starting our kickoff event was last Friday, and we have events starting again on Thursday this week.
Okay, so now you actually organized this, and you started, what is it, like 2011 or something like that?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You actually started the Pride thing, Ferndale Pride? Did you organize
in
it?
2011, Craig Covey, Monica Mills, Greg Pollock, and myself founded Ferndale Pride, and we've been going strong ever since. Little shifts on the board here and there, but yeah, we've been doing this since 2011.
Well, the thing is, I lived in New York for many years, and of course the New York Pride is unbelievable. But it was like when I came over here, and I thought, well, why is not anybody doing anything? And I found out that you were a couple of years after I hadn't been here. And then I found out there really wasn't that much coverage of any television coverage of the Detroit Pride either, which I found really unusual.
Yeah, I would love to get some more television coverage into our Pride events. I think it's time for the city at large to see what's going on in Ferndale, Detroit.
Well, there's Royal Oak as well. You know, I mean, it's just like for some reason, I don't know, this sort of little bit of apathy in Michigan, and I'm trying to sort of light a fire up somebody's asses and say, "Come on, we've got gay people here too. Let's have some fun." And this is what you're doing as well.
Yes, that's pretty much living and breathing for 6 months at a time.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. So do you have a lot of volunteers?
We do, actually. Our entire board is made up of volunteers. So there's 8 other people on that core committee. Mm-hmm. And then on the day of Pride, we have about 75 people who come out to help.
Wow. And also,
so we're very lucky.
That's good. I've noticed here as well, you've got a few little sponsors as well. So tell me, what do you start off with, and what kind of events do you have?
Well, as of now, our events that we have left on Thursday, we have an art opening at Affirmations from 6:30 to 8:30, and that's all artists who submitted pieces about what Pride means to them. Mm-hmm. And then on Saturday morning, we start off with the Rainbow Run on the east side of Ferndale, presented by the Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. And then we start the whole event for Ferndale Pride, which includes 2 full lineups of dance stage at the west end of our event and a main stage at the east end. Oh. We close out the night with our main stage event, which is Bitch, our headliner. Mm-hmm. And then during the day at Affirmations, there'll be a Pride prom for people ages 13 to 20. Mm-hmm. And then in the next morning, we have the Transgender Day of Empowerment at Affirmations, and we have drag yourself out of bed for brunch at Rosie O's Lady, so you can
that
watch
sounds
a great
good.
drag show and have brunch. Relax.
Sweet.
Lots of things kind of.
Now, I heard you mention children around and also youths. Do you have a lot of help for young LGBT teenagers?
Well, at Affirmations, we'll have prom that day. We have a children's area actually for
Sweet.
smaller children, run by Blue Care Network, and then we also have F2M Detroit is going to be doing face painting. We have henna tattoos. There's no alcohol in the street, so it's a very child-friendly event.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's very kid-friendly and teen-friendly event.
Well,
the dancing area usually draws a lot of the
now
kids
you
over
you
there,
are
actually.
actually advertising for vendors as well. What sort of spaces do you get, and what are the charges? Or you just ask them to call you up?
Well, we are completely sold out for vendors.
Seriously? Oh, great!
Yeah, we actually sold out about a week ago. But our vendors range. They're nonprofits, they're for-profits, they're GLBT businesses, they're welcoming churches. So it kind of runs the gamut.
That's good, because so you've got really a good variety of vendors then.
Yeah, really great variety of vendors. Things to purchase, things to see. Definitely a lot of resources in our community as well.
So when is the actual Pride event itself? The actual parade? Is there an actual parade?
Well, we don't do a parade. Detroit will do a parade the next week.
Uh-huh.
But ours is a street fair, so we kick off our event at 1:00 with we'll have a blessing of the event. We'll have a balloon launch. We'll dedicate the event to the memory of Kevin Rogers, who was a great business owner in Ferndale.
Okay.
And then we'll start our day of entertainment.
That sounds great. Well, thank you for taking some time with me. And if they want to get in touch with you, how do they get in touch with you just for the events? Or any telephone numbers or emails or websites?
Well, the best website is, or the best way to really find out what's going on is to go to our website, which is www.ferndalepride.com. And then if you go over to our events tab, you can see all the events. We'll have photos up on our photo gallery. And, of course, people can find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of the social media networks. We are on pretty much every single one of them. And I would be remiss if I didn't say a big thank you to Motor City Casino Hotel, who's our naming rights sponsor.
Sweet.
And really gives us the leverage to do this event every year.
That's very nice of them to do that. Really is.
Yeah, they've been awesome to us.
Okay, well, thank you. And, like I said, it was a short and sweet interview, but you just wanted to let us know that you've got everything in hand. And also, did you say there was a telephone number as well? Or is it just to visit the websites?
I think the website at this point is the best way to go.
Okay.
Because I still do have a regular day job, and I can't always answer my phone for questions. But
Gotcha.
they can contact me through the website. There is a contact us. But
And
most of
also,
the information is right there on the website.
As you did see earlier, it's very children-friendly as well. So this is what we like to see, So thank you, Julia. Thank you ever so much. I will get this on the show this week, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
Great. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. I hope to see you at Pride.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Watch me in the corners of your eyes. You're dancing here, that's why I came. I strip you naked in these pictures in my mind. My needs, my wants are hard to tame. Now I wanna run to you, pick you up between your thighs, just to hear you gasp and speak my name. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret you come back to? Hold on, you lock me inside, just to hear you breathing as your hips beneath me rise. Let's dance a way you've never seen. I want to creep in you, open the depth of you inside, surrounded by the musk of you and me. saturate me with the pleasure in your cries, and I won't let go until you scream. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. And when your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you can go away. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. I promise to tell no one. Play along with all the lies. If you'll say that later we can meet, and I'll keep your secret from the public scornful eyes. If that's what it takes to get relief, just know that one day I'll lay it out to your surprise. That don't really care is what you perceive. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. And when your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you can go away. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. And when your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you can go away. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it pleasure in your eyes. And when your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you can go away. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it.
Yes, I'd actually like to say thank you once again to Julia. What a wonderful job she's doing. Also, she did get an interview from Fox 2 News, which really, really surprised me so much, because I've been complaining over the past couple of years saying, what the hell is happening to the coverage, the news coverage? And it was like nobody mentioned the Detroit Gay Pride or the Ferndale Gay Pride. There was no mention whatsoever. So obviously, I think my voice was heard. I'm just so proud, very proud. So good for you. And also, that was the lovely sound there of Nikki Holland, good friend of mine. I'm going to try and get her back on the show. Next week, I'm going to have Cody G. Holloway back. He's such a cute little pothead. I love him. He smokes. He's like a new version of Willie Nelson. He says, fuck him. Simple as that. And you know what? I wish I could do the same thing myself. But then again, what can I say? So let's get back into the realms of radicals. Let's see what we got to do now. Yes, actually, this is really nice. This is an exclusive chat with pop legend Dionne Warwick and her granddaughter Cheyenne Elliott. While they were talking about a team with Burt Bacharach, Hal David, and I mean, she really was. Honestly, I saw her in England many years ago, and she just came on stage, some slacks, a nice little silk top, the old 80s hairstyle. This is what I'm talking. This is when I saw her, and she just sang away. It was so nice, and now she was saying that she's really She did with the late 70s, and one of my favourites actually of hers was I'll Never Love This Way Again, and it was produced by Barry Manilow. I never knew that until now. Actually, I've really got a hand in my gay card because I'm the only gay guy around here who doesn't like musicals. Tony and I really are not into musicals. So when the refrigerator door opens, we do not burst into song or start tap dancing. No, we are not that kind of gay guys. We just sort of, we're just guys. We're just sort of guys. we pee, poop, fart, and eat. Simple as that. And love each other so dearing and lovingly. Anyway, so she was really happy and expressed her happiness in the interview for Barry Manilow and his longtime beau, and they got married. So she was really, really happy about that. And then there's also now the ACLU. Now it's starting to this is now happening in Michigan. There's next two stories are actually Michigan based. The ACLU is now suing Michigan over the driver's licenses for transgender individuals. Now, I'm sorry, I've got 3 rules in life. You don't hurt babies. You don't hurt children. Well, actually, babies, children, same thing. You don't hurt animals, and you do not hurt old people. Those are my 3 basic rules. Whatever 2 consenting adults or consenting adults want to do with their life, as long as it's legal, go for it. I don't care. And if you're into the scat thing, eat a breath mint before you talk to me. Just really, I mean, whatever you do, what anybody does in their bedroom, if it's between 2 legally consenting adults, that's your thing. And plus the fact, I really don't want to know. I mean, if I'm not involved, why would I be interested what you're doing in your bedroom? And this is what I can't understand about all these idiots, the Christian rights and the Rand Pauls of the world. The GOP and said, oh, well, same-sex marriage offends me, or it's going to interfere with my life. How can somebody else's marriage interfere with your lives, you idiots? What is wrong with you? And Rand Paul, once again, it offends me. Well, your fucking face offends me, you tit. And your father is an even bigger tit than you are. And he's a dried up old tit because he produces powdered milk. So please, get over it. I have spoken. So, in Detroit, 6 transgendered Michigan residents are suing the state. And they did it last Thursday. And it's a strict policy on changing gender identities on driver's licenses. I at once didn't understand because I was young and foolish, like many, many other people have been. To be old and wise, you've got to be young and stupid. But unfortunately, a lot of people never get past the stupid part. They get old, but they never get past the stupid part. So I watched the thing on Bruce Jenner, and how he's going to how he's going to be, transgender. I have just one bone of contention. You're going through, is this a publicity stunt because he's still keeping the meat and 2 veg? You know what I mean? He's still keeping, the family jewels. I thought transitioning was actually becoming. I'm still not quite. Sometimes I must be stupid as well because I understand that some believe they are a woman. Well, if you believe you're a woman, then fine. Please go through with it. But if you're going to sort of base a TV show on it and then not do the dirty deed, so to speak, split the banana and insert it, then, something's not quite right. So that's my major bone of contention. Although I have to admire him on his bravery and the family. It doesn't seem to be a thing that they will not do for money. At one time that was called prostitution, and now it's called reality TV. It was like, Algonac, who became quite famous in Marine City, 16 and pregnant. At one time, becoming pregnant at 16 was like, ah! Now it's, oh shit, I'm going to get a TV show. Jesus, give me some. Give me a bit. Right now. So, and this actually rather past disturbing piece of news is an anti-gay pastor. He was actually outed on Grindr this week, and he previously told a gay teenager to kill himself. It has been alleged. Reverend Matthew Michaela, he resigned from the St. John's Lutheran's Church in Midland, Michigan this week. I think it was last week, actually. and because he was found on the gay hookup. I've actually spoken about this before, and I have to really sort of redo it again, because this is, again, is like these people are hiding behind Christianity. This is when they're turning around to us and saying, well, we are the victims here. No, you're not. You're hiding your hatred behind a religion. No, that is not religion. That's extremism. You're being an extremist. You are not allowed to do that. Religion is about compassion. Religion, the Bible is it's a spiritual guide. It's not a rule book or a self-righteous rule book of self-piousness and hatred and hell falls down from heaven. Everything is just so ridiculous. So Christians, you are not the victims. The victims are actually the religious people. And I actually think that religion is really going to fall by the wayside soon, because people are just getting so fed up of your crap. They're so fed up of the bullshit and the hatred and the hiding behind religious freedom. The freedom is what it was like last weekend was about, Memorial Weekend. That's what freedom is about. When you fight for your country, people, millions and millions of people lose their lives for your freedom. They give up their right to live because so you can be free and enjoy your barbecues. Let's have some music. I'm James D, and you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio.
Rambling in the back room, gambling in the smoke room. The coppers in the alleyway, they're coming up the back seat. She asked me what I wanna drink, I asked her if she ever thinks. She looked at me like she knew me. When she walked away, she gave a wink. I don't know your name, but please just let me in. The liquor store's been closed for years. I know you got bad touch, Ooh, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Let's get it up-bum-bum. Drinking from a paint can, chasing down a mailman, swinging from a tree branch, swinging from a ceiling fan. Learn me what I never know, take me where I never go. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't tell them where the water flow. I can't see your face, but you look just like my kin. This potion's got me all mixed up. One more bad touch, walking on a sand dune, looking like a dry prune. She says she loves my music, but I'm always singing out of tune. I'll take it as a compliment on every single continent. I can hour like an alley cat, my silence is my dominant. I could never read, but baby I can sing. Oh, come on over to my place for a word that bad touching. Take me down the boot camp, lick me like an old stamp, whip me back up in the shape and shake me like a leg cramp. Tell me that you wish me dead, slide me right upside the head, chew me up and spit me out, there's no one that I'd rather with. Baby, I can't lose, because I was born to win. So what if I'm an outlaw, getting rich off bad touching? Yeah, bum-bum-bum-bum. Ooh, let's get it bum-bum-bum.
There's a song there from my favourite Michigan artist. I do love this young man called Xander and Bathtub Gin. Now, I did say earlier that we'd just briefly touch upon a subject where a gay activist is calling for churches to be forced to take off homosexuality off the sin list, and it's now starting to draw concern. Concerns are rising among the Christians and online commentators after a homosexual activist recently told a national publication that churches must be made to take homosexuality off the sin list. And Mitchell Gold is the founder of Faith in America, an organization that aims to end the harm to LGBT youth and families from misguided religious teachings. He served on board of the directors for the Human Rights Campaign for 7 years and was named the top most 50 most powerful people in America in 2007. So this guy's got some clout. And Gold told people that the church leaders must be made to take homosexuality off the list. His command is worthy and warranted. Bunn commented, this is with the interview, all of us, no matter our religious traditions, should know better than to tell gay people that they are an offense. The Times and article centered on Indiana's Religious Freedom Act and Booney's assertion that Christian Americans should jettison their mindsets about homosexual behavior. He also contended that the interpretation even of the biblical text about homosexuality is subjective and debatable. Well, I can actually answer to that because homosexuality was not actually, the word was not actually put into the dictionary until the 1800s. And heterosexuality, believe it or not, was added 100 years later. Now, this is my main bone of contention. So, if Jesus was talking about homosexuality, was he the only white guy in Bethlehem, Jerusalem, who spoke English talking about homosexuality? Because that would make him the only person there speaking in such tongue. Because remember, Jesus was Jewish. So that doesn't make him white. He also lived in Jerusalem, which actually is in the Mid-East. It's not in Pennsylvania. It's not Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So please, get a grip. He also had a beard and long hair. He had a prostitute as a friend and another 12 guys. I'm not saying anymore. So, but the thing is, if he could forgive a prostitute, wash her feet with his hair, also have 12 guys, also forgive Judas Iscariot, who apparently Jeb Bush says he would have made the best president ever. Where the hell does that family live? Also, Jeb Bush's grandfather apparently helped put Hitler into power as well, but I digress. So really, what is, this religion thing is really starting to piss me off. I mean, I do believe in God. I really do. But I do not believe in man's version of God's rules. I'm sorry, but I don't understand also, if there's just one male, one female, they have 2 sons. The first son, Cain, murders Abel. So therefore, not only do we have a thieving couple that steal an apple from a talking snake, their son then commits murder, so that means there's 3 people left. Where does all the women come from? Or was the son called Josh Duggar? And, well, we all know what happens there. So, I just don't know. It's something that is blowing my mind, and it should blow your mind too. It's just, the only victim here, actually, is your gullibility, is you. Stop being so gullible. Listen to your gut. Stop hating. Everybody is allowed to live their lives, as I said, like it's just 2 normal, consenting adults. Ladies and gentlemen, that's me for this week. I do hope you've enjoyed yourselves, because I know I have. There's lots and lots of things, lots of topics out there, lots of things to talk about. But you know what? We can't win the world. I'm James D., and I'll see you next week. Gay Detroit Radio.